Okay, in this video, we are going to have a little look at spooky voiceovers and how to very quickly make yourself sound really scary just in time for Halloween really quickly. So I'm going into Adobe Audition. I'm starting fresh with a brand new voiceover. I'll call this Spooky as a file name. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon, and I'm going to get you. I'm a ghost. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do really quickly. And the first thing I'll do, now I've recorded that, of course, I always like to maximize the volume by using Normalise, either to -0.1 or -3 dB. Doesn't really matter. Adobe Audition is so good now that it just doesn't really make much of a difference. Okay, let's call this the spooky multi-track that I'm going into now with no template whatsoever, and we'll bring this in. So the first thing is really simple to do. I'm actually going to chop this in half and take the I'm a ghost bit, put that off to the side for the moment, and I'm just going to simply double up my voice like that onto a second track by holding down Alt or Option for you Mac users and dragging to the next track. So we got me speaking twice on 2 tracks. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon. Okay, it doesn't sound too scary now, but we're going to do this really simply. We're going to go into the effects rack, and on the first track, we are going to go to time and pitch, and we're going to go to pitch shifter, and we're going to take it down by 5 semitones. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon. Starting to sound a little scary, but now we'll go over to the second track, and again we'll put the same effect in. We'll go to pitch shifter, but instead of taking it down 5 semitones, we'll put it up 5 semitones. We'll play back. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon. And you can mess about with this, so we can maybe go by 3 to bring those pitches a bit closer. So +3, and over on the first track we'll make that -3 and try again. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon. And if you wanted to kind of make it even more kind of, you know, imaged and sounding great, you can pan a little bit to the left, pan a bit to the right. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon. And so that's the first vocal effect in time for Halloween. Second one, I'm going to mute out track 2. I'm going to put track 1 into the center. Hello there. And we'll take the pitch shifter down quite a bit more. Hello there. And then we'll go in and we'll add in something from modulation, maybe a chorus. We can go through some of the presets. Hello there, I'm a rather scary demon. So Project Nightmare works quite well as a preset. You might want to remember that one if you're in chorus. We've also got Chaos Pits, but that's a bit alien-like. Hello there. Broken stereo bass chorus. Hello there. That's quite good. So we're pitch shifting down, we're using the bass chorus, and also we could go into special and maybe add in a little bit, sorry, not special, reverb, and we can add a little bit of studio reverb. Usually starting off with vocal reverb small is quite good, putting the dry up to 100, wet up. Hello there. I'm a rather scary demon. If you want to make it even more scary, you can just increase the decay. Hello there. I'm a rather scary. And the more you increase the decay, the bigger that reverb becomes. So those are your first 2 tips. Final one I'm going to do really quickly with this spooky ghost. So I kind of whispered it. I'm a ghost. Okay, I've still got some of those effects on there. Now I could actually maybe take them up or take them down. I might just take the reverb down a bit there. I'm a ghost. And we're going to do something I like to call it reverse reverb. Other producers call it all kinds of things. Copy, new audio file, paste, effects, reverse it, put in a bit of silence afterwards, edit, insert, silence, about 10 seconds is more than enough. Then we go into effects, we go to reverb, we use studio reverb, lots of decay required on this, lots of wet, not very much dry, and we get... Okay, so there you can see the reverse reverb coming in. We then reverse it back around, zip like that. We bring that Untitled 2 reversed reverb in, and we try to match these up. Now, if I was being super efficient, and I'm sure I've done this in other tutorials, I usually place a marker, but because I've done this so many times, I know roughly where this should go. We unmute that track. In fact, we'll put it on a track without effects. I'm a ghost. Okay, so you hear how that, let's cut off that. Let's do a little fade in there. Let's turn that volume up. Let's fade down a bit when the ghostly voice comes in so the reverse reverb isn't going on underneath the voice, and we get I'm a ghost. So we get that very ghostly kind of thing that you might hear in Sixth Sense, the movie, or, you know, any movies that have ghosts in. So very, very simple, very, very easy for you. That is how it's done. First of all, you've got pitch up and pitch down, 2 separate tracks, left and right separation. You've got a demonic kind of scary clown voice. You can work with just the pitch shifter, bit of chorus, bit of reverb, and you've got a super dark demon voice. And then, of course, you can do reverse reverb and put it onto a kind of whisper to get that kind of ghostly effect. Happy Halloween. Enjoy using these effects in your productions.
Thumbs up, subscribe for more. MusicRadioCreative.com